Rory, lady. Come on, guys. We gotta bury Ezzy. Oh, man. This was Ezzy. He was a runt. And he fought. He really did fight. He's one of the best fighters I've ever had. Especially for something with so many problems. He just looks so peaceful. I just don't want to let him go. This is the hardest part about doing rescue. Just saying goodbye. 3 nights. IV fluids. Syringe feeding. I did everything I could. And I was fortunate enough to be able to hold my hand on him while he passed. Ezzy was a bright little spot in the rescue. He was a lot of sunlight. I'm sorry. He was a lot of sunlight, and he was just such a happy little boy, but he was just born with too many problems. And this is how I honor them. He's going to be buried next to Gila and Katie, 2 that we lost. That'll live on in this rescue forever. He was such a good boy. Just the sweetest little thing. He purred up until the sedative was put in him. And he still purred. He purred until his last breath. And I'd never seen anything like that before. So that shows you that he was a fighter. 3 months. He just hadn't grown. And I'm gonna honor him by burying him next to Gila and Katie. Put some topsoil over top. And probably put some hardy herbs over top of them. He's just so peaceful, and it's just so hard to put him in the ground. But I know it has to be done because this is part of what we do. It's not enough just to lock up these monsters that do harm to these animals. I mean, this is part of it. We have to be responsible for these little guys that are having a tough time making it. You know, that's what rescue is all about. And I just thought I'd let you guys know kind of a little bit about what I'm going through. What a peaceful little thing. And he looked up at me this morning, and his eyes were a little glassy, but I stroked him, and I did everything I could. I had him on an IV, but it just wasn't enough. He just had too many problems. And he was the kindest, sweetest little thing. He just always wanted to be next to me. Or Fergus. And you know, Rory was trained to watch these special needs. You know, that is my dog's job, is to watch these guys. And I could tell Rory was backing off. He knew. So, I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna put him in the ground where he belongs now. And we have some topsoil, some garden soil. We've got some of the neighborhood kids and some of my friends' kids coming over to plant some hardy herbs on top of him, and Gila and Katie. But I don't cry much, guys. I really don't. I have to be tough, you know. I fight these cruelty cases, but sometimes this stuff just really gets to me. And I loved him, and I had a bond with him, and I'd do anything to give him back, to get him back to health, and be a happy little boy. They call it fading kitten disease. But he had some neurological issues that started to develop. And, yeah. That's that. He's gonna go back where he came from. And, his name will go on the wall with the rest that we honor in their memory. And Rory will find another special needs baby to watch. But I really didn't want to lose this one. I really did not want to lose him. I really didn't. I'm sorry. I'm not much of a crier, but this one got to me. He'll go in his blanket. A 4-foot hole here, which will keep the coyotes away. And we'll rake this area out, and I'll put a planter in. And this is where Gila is. Mama Gila, actually, I'm sorry, Mama Gila is on this side. Katie is on the left side. and Ezzy will be in the middle. It was so full of life at first. Bye, buddy. See you in paradise. You're headed to the Rainbow Bridge. And God will look after you because you're one of God's creatures. And you have a soul. And you have a soul. And I've loved spending time with you. You made my life really happy. Thank you for giving me purpose, and thank you for reminding me the fight is not over, because it's not. It's not over. Normally not much of a big crier, but sometimes these little ones just really get to me. You know, especially when you work so hard on them. And I had a friend of mine tell me that God put them on this earth for as long as they needed to be. So the joy that he brought my life in that time, I owe it all to God. And I truly believe that. Probably get a lot of naysayers that say, oh, animal doesn't have a soul and this and that. You haven't stared in its eyes as long as I have to know. And they do. And they're brilliant little creatures. They deserve better than what this world gives them. Uh, so, let's see if I can pronounce this right. I can't, it's in Russian. So what happened was, sometimes these guys just get weak. It's called fading kitten syndrome, and they just don't grow. They're the runts. He was the runt, and no matter how many nutrients we got in him, no matter what we did, he just would not grow. And eventually, he stopped eating, he stopped drinking, we had to tube feed him. I had to do sub-Q fluids, 0.9% saline, lactated ringers. We had to do quite a bit to try and keep him alive these past few days. If you'll go to our channel, you'll see a lot of pictures, a lot of video of the runt, and how much joy he brought the rescue. But yeah, unfortunately, his little body just couldn't keep up, and we call that fading kitten syndrome, and it happens. I haven't had to deal with it in a few years, but it happens. But this is how I honor them, and just make sure they get the best burial possible. The veterinarian that we took them to, he was given a sedative first, and we were able to put our hands on him as he went to the Rainbow Bridge, and that helped some. But I am going to miss him dearly, because he was my sleeping buddy. I'm gonna miss him dearly. This is a part of rescue a lot of you don't see. A lot of it's not shown. But it's very important that you see this, and you see what we go through. But again, I suggest, if you'd like to see how he was and how active and thriving he was, please go to our channel and check out the videos of the runt and Rory, or the runt and Fergus. He was just too little, and there was nothing we could do to save him. Rory, lady. Sorry, I have to call my dogs. Rory, lady. Come on, guys. Come on, let's get the first shovel in. Say our prayers. Dear God, please watch over this little creature as he goes to the Rainbow Bridge. Welcome him with open arms. And please try and put love, empathy, kindness into human beings' hearts, so they treat these animals like they should. Love, not harm. Let's get tougher sentencing on animal cruelty laws. Let's just be better as humans. let's just be better as humans when it comes to these little creatures, because they deserve better. Some we can't save, we know that. That's a part of rescue, we deal with it every day. But some of them really fucking stings. And Ezzy really stings. I love you, buddy, and thank you for all of the happiness that you've brought into my life. This past, it's been an honor, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for making my life happy and giving me purpose and showing me that I need to work harder when it comes to protecting cats and dogs from monsters, from cruel people. It's my mission in life, and I'll never stop. I'll never stop. Dark on me. But the neighborhood kids, my next door neighbors, are coming over tomorrow to give me a little tombstone. And they're going to do the same for Gila and Katie. Because unfortunately their plants died. Topsoil, good potting soil. Turn this into a planter, a little earth planter. Cats and the dogs are looking around for him. They have no idea where he is. I'm sorry, I know this might seem cruel, but I have to pack this down because we do have coyotes here. And that's the last thing I need is for my little Ezzy to be torn apart, dug up by a coyote or a dog. Guys, it's just the neighbor.
Are you buried?
You alright? Burying my runt.
Puppy?
No, kid.
Okay.
He didn't make it. So such a thing called fading kitten syndrome, especially when they're runts. And it's really, really hard to keep a runt alive. It was just a little itty bitty thing. It had just taken a lot to keep him alive. Well, he started having seizures this morning. It got worse and worse. And I didn't want him to suffer anymore. So I'd have him for 3 months. And he just hasn't really grown much. So, you know, I'm hoping I'm giving him a good send-off.
Yeah.
He's on his way to the Rainbow Bridge. And we're going to build a better planter here. We had one for Kara, Katie, and Gila, but I'm going to turn this in. I'm going to put some topsoil on this. And I'm going to turn this into a nice little planter with some hardy herbs like thyme and rosemary. The kids next door are going to make some grave markers for all 3 cats. But, it's been a rough couple of days, man. I haven't had sleep in 3 days because that's pretty much all I've been doing is trying to keep him alive. It's hard to find an IV. It's hard to find a vein on a kitten that small. So all you're able to do really is give subcutaneous fluids. Sub-Q fluids, yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm not thinking too straight right now. I'm a little worn out. But,
I hope everything gets better.
We're gonna turn this into a little planter here, and you know, just kind of honor their memory, and but thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you coming by. Chat, if you got anything else to say, or you want to hang out a little bit. I see we only got one person in the room. So yeah, if you're coming in late, I just buried the rump. He didn't make it. Putting out a little topsoil here. We're gonna build a planter here. And this will be our little place we can come to and meditate. Excuse me, guys. No, this won't stop running. So we'll come back and we'll add some more soil into the box this in. And if you went to our, sorry, I've got myself a little more composed now. If you go to our shorts, you'll see a lot of videos of Fergus and the runt and Fergus and Rory. Rory is a a trained Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and his job is to watch the special needs. And he watched this little baby like a hawk until it was time to go to the vet today, and then he had an absolute conniption fit. Made a lot of very scary noises because he didn't want to let his buddy go. But the best thing to help us with this work is subscribe. Go to some of our other videos and see what we do. There's an overview on a couple of cruelty cases that we're involved in. It's important that I get you guys up to speed on what's going on in Walton County. We really need your help writing letters to the state's attorney. Randomly on purpose. Looks such a sweet soul. So sorry. Thank you so much. Shylan, thanks for the kitties. Kaysen does stuff. Good take care of his cat. For anyone else, bless him. My best little everyone, bless this cat. Sky is lost. We hope that you're okay. Thank you guys. Please subscribe and keep an eye on what we do. Love to have you back. We are going to do some more lives. Hopefully, nothing this. But I just wanted to show the general public what some of us go through as rescuers. I don't know if you could see that very well. This is in my front window. And help me to have you help jump on board. Email is in the description. Sorry, I had a little side work to do today. But typically my head's on a swivel. I don't often get this upset, but I have to care about these animals. And I couldn't thank you more. Till next time, a little brighter note. That's just how things go. We need to let the general public know what we deal with, what's going on. We need to let them know about these little known cruelty cases, because if we don't, no one else will. So, love you guys. Thanks a lot. Please keep coming back, and I'll keep coming back as long as